Hi everyone, this is Khristee Rich and this is Khristee's Take. Today we are going to talk about spirit babies and fertility. So this is a continuation of the conversation from Holistic Me TV with Elaine Lopez Bogard. So if you missed that episode, go ahead and go back and watch that now or after this episode. So today I am going to go a little bit deeper. I am going to share how much this episode resonated because I am a healer too. So let's begin. Let's give a little recap. Elaine is a healer. Elaine is a healer in Hawaii who helps women to conceive naturally. She started by helping those who had pregnancy loss, who were grieving, and from that, she found that by healing the grief, she was able to help them to conceive naturally. So, very inspirational story. Again, don't forget to go back and watch the whole episode to hear more. But I want to say that I am similar to her. I also have been a healer for many years. I do different style of healing than Elaine does. She studied Mexican healing, she studied Peruvian healing. Love that. I studied Russian shamanism and I also studied Reiki. And also, I do help women to conceive naturally. So, I wanted to emphasize what she emphasized that you can conceive naturally. Even if you have been told that the only option for you is IVF, you can conceive naturally by working with a healer such as herself or myself. Okay, make sure you find the right person for you, but sometimes and oftentimes it's not the physical body that needs to be healed. That's not the reason. So, like I mentioned, she helped women who were grieving, and from healing the grief, she was able to help them to bring life into the world. So, this goes to show how important emotional healing is. This also goes to show that there's a lot more behind it all, behind the surface of what's going on. And that's how she brought up spirit babies and this other world of the spirit world that is trying to communicate with us. So, if you're not familiar with spirit babies are, yes, the spiritual beings who will come in and become our children one day. So, spirit babies may also be those who have passed. So, if you have had a pregnancy loss, you can connect with that child, or you can connect with a future child to be. Okay, so this is such a fantastic topic. There is a book called Spirit Babies, and I did ask Elaine if she recommends this book. I have not read this book yet, but I've heard many people talk about it. Spirit Babies, go ahead and read it. It talks in depth about this topic. But I love what Elaine said, and it resonated so much for me, with my research. I'm writing a 3-book series about childbirth around the world through a holistic perspective. And so that means getting to the root cause of why chronic conditions happen. So that includes why fertility issues happen. And I interviewed many women. I interviewed about 100 women, mothers around the world, as well as childbirth experts. And there were many, it was very common, many women experienced miscarriage. So this is not a topic that is discussed enough. It is very common. 1 in 4 women do experience a miscarriage. And it's important to talk about it so that women can heal emotionally from it because it is very hard to overcome for many women. So I did interview a woman who was from Australia, and she talked about how she had developed this connection with her spirit baby. So she was pregnant. She was pregnant with her second child, and she was very excited. She'd had a boy, and this time she was going to have a girl. And so she was talking back and forth. And this was a woman who didn't consider herself a healer, didn't consider herself intuitive, but she heard her child's voice and she was communicating with her. So this is something that Elaine talks about that I want to star is that anyone can communicate with their spirit baby. You do not have to be a healer. You do not have to do this for your profession, but you can develop your intuition and you can communicate with him or her. Okay, so this is something you can develop by working with a healer such as myself. This is something you can do on your own. And as Elaine said, it's something that comes quite naturally for women. We have mother's intuition. It is a thing. So definitely take out those ideas. If you think, oh, I'm not intuitive, I won't be able to connect with my child. Yes, you can. So the first step is believing it and then trying, taking action. So this woman was communicating with her child and she was very excited. And then she heard her child say, I'm sorry, Mama, it's not the right time. And then she miscarried. So she was devastated, of course, but her child said, I'll be back. I'll be back, Mama. I'm sorry. It's not the right time right now, but I'll be back. And then, of course, she went through the grief of miscarrying, but then she did have another child. She did have a daughter. And now she feels very happy. She has three children, but that just goes to show that you can connect with your spirit baby. And also, there is divine timing. So, a lot of women believe when they miscarry that it is their fault, it is something they've done wrong or something wrong with their physical health that they need to solve. And of course, Western medicine will recommend IVF, and that is a very painful, very costly treatment, and it's very stressful on the woman and her relationship with her spouse. So, I just want to emphasize that you can conceive naturally. You can work with a healer, such as myself or Elaine or someone else. Make sure you find the right fit for you, but it is possible, and also it may not be your physical body. Okay, so it could be that you haven't overcome a trauma. It could be that you need to get yourself back into the joy and back into enjoying life before you become a mother. Or it could be something else. So I also did interview a lot of other women for my book series. And there were other reasons why it wasn't the right time. It may have been that they needed to accomplish something. They needed to graduate from college or get their degree first so that they could have a career which would support having a child. It could have been that they were about to get divorced and they didn't realize that. So it wasn't the right parent, or this child didn't want to grow up in a single family household. Or it could have been that they needed to um, clean up the extra bedroom so there was room for a child to be there one day. So there are reasons besides just looking at the physical body, just looking at the woman's health or the man's health, and there are issues besides your mental well-being. It could be a spiritual reason. It could be something that you're not even aware of, but your spirit baby, which is all seeing, all knowing, can look down and see what's happening here and be connected to the spirit world. They will know and they want the best for you. So if they don't come, we often take it personally, but it could be for your greater good that they're going to come at another time. So it's important to keep the faith. I know this is very hard, but that's also why it's important to work with someone like a healer who can give you emotional support, who can help to align your chakras, who can help you mind, body, and spirit. So let's talk a little bit about healing. I am a healer who studied Russian shamanism. I also studied Reiki. So every healer has their own specialty, so to speak. Actually, I shouldn't say specialty. Some are more general that you come in, you do a healing session, but they learned from someone. So I learned from somebody who was a shaman. So I studied Russian shamanism, but other people may have studied a different type of healing, such as what Elaine did. So based on their training, they will be able to help you in different ways with different styles. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. All right, so with the style that I do Reiki, which is universal life force energy, that will help to send energy to you wherever you are in the world. You can be in person, but you can also be across the world and you will receive the benefits. Okay, the energy is intelligent, it knows where to go, but also you should always set an intention. This can be to help you with a physical condition, a physical illness. This can be with pain that you have. This could be to help you with your mental well-being. This could be to help you to have a spiritual lift, to connect more with your ancestors, to connect more with your spirit, to connect with different guides who can help you. You can set any intention you like. So you could set the intention that you would like help with fertility. Okay? So important to start there. Some healers do not ask that you set intentions. I believe it's very important because it directs the energy. So it's very clear where you want the energy to go. Okay, and for Reiki, we have 26 different hand positions. Yes, it's a lot. So we balance all of the organs. We also balance the aura, which is around us. And we also help with the chakra system. So we have 7 major chakras. We also have minor ones, such as in our hands. And so we focus on the 7 major ones. And also with Russian shamanism, then I bring in more spirituality, more connection with the earth and your ancestors and your spirit guides. So it's very spiritual and very powerful. So the two together are a powerful blend. And because I'm a medium, I can connect with spirit. I can connect with your guides. I can connect with your spirit. I can even connect with your organs. Sometimes your organs have messages just like a spirit baby does. Okay, so if you like, I could connect with your spirit baby. Again, it's up to you and your intention. But I just want you to know that this is an option, which is very relaxing, which is very nurturing. I hold space for you emotionally. I also get a health history. Not all healers do that. So I am unique in that way. My sessions are longer than other healers because I do go into such depth and I do give a reading afterwards. So I do give you clairvoyant visions for inspiration, to show how you are feeling inside, to sometimes see the possibility of the future of what can happen if you take certain actions. I can do a lot of different things, but also if you have questions, I can have those answered by your guides. And then if you would like notes, that's an additional fee that you can get notes as well. So it's all encompassing mind, body, and spirit, your intentions, clairvoyant visions, mediumship, and possibly notes too if you want to review. Also a recording. You get a video recording. So I want you to know that this is an option. Elaine also mentioned muscle testing, so kinesiology. So that helps you to know if you have allergies to certain foods, if you are supposed to be taking a supplement or if a supplement's not in alignment with you. It is very helpful for many different things. So many people use kinesiology to see if they should take certain vitamins, supplements, herbs, if they should eat certain foods or not eat certain foods, if they have an allergy or intolerance, etc. And as Elaine said, you can overcome intolerances. Okay, so it's very important to note you can improve your health too. This doesn't mean forever you can't have it. It's at the state where you were at that moment, at the present. Okay, so kinesiology is a way that you can also learn about yourself. For me, I use my mediumship, but again, there are many different ways. What else should we talk about? So we talked about spirit babies and the messages that they give and that you can connect with them. Also, we talked about IVF and that not being the only option. Let me know what questions you have. What questions do you have? Put them in the comments below. If you enjoyed Elaine's video, go ahead and share about the video below so other people be encouraged to go back and check out the replay. If you like, I will also put the replay so that you can easily go back, but it should be on the screen in just a minute if it's not up yet. And also you can hire me as well. So if you're looking for help with fertility, if that is on your heart that you would like to have a child one day, then reach out. I do virtual sessions and I will have a group program again in the future. So if you're interested in being part of a warm container with other women who are going through similar struggles, and if you're looking for support and friendship and to have us uplift you, then this would be a great program for you as well. So if you're interested, you can send me a message at Khristee at the Dancing Curtain. I will let you know when that program is launching. Of course, follow me on YouTube, follow me on my Substack, which is called Healing Childbirth. You can search Khristee Rich on there to find it. You can search Healing Childbirth to find it. Otherwise, I will put the link. You can just click on that, and then that will take you right there. Subscribe, and then you will hear about my upcoming group programs, one-on-one offers, events, different ways to work with me. Okay, so I am super excited for my new program, which will be coming out not right around the corner, but coming up at the right time, coming up soon. And again, you can reach out to me if you would like to work with me one-on-one before then. And if you have any questions, about what I have covered today, about spirit babies, about different forms of healing, I'm also considered a medical intuitive. That's something that Elaine talked about a little bit on her video, was that she is a intuitive healer. And so yes, she's also a medical intuitive, but she doesn't use that terminology per se. But as a medical intuitive, we can look in and see what's going on in the body. So being clairvoyant and being a medical intuitive, I can actually see where there's inflammation. I can actually see if there's fear. I can actually see if there's anger. And I can see words sometimes too. I can see colors, which mean certain things, and I can see words. And this gives us a lot of information. So again, the body is communicating with you. Your spirit baby is communicating with you. There's a lot of support out there holistically that can support you. I want you to know that you have options. I want you to know that we are all trying to help you in different ways. So hopefully this gives you an awareness of other options to try. So don't give up faith. I know it can be very difficult, but I hope that this video has been helpful. If it has, please give me a thumbs up. Please give me a comment, and definitely continue to watch Holistic Me TV. So again, the second season is all about the pregnancy journey. We have another episode coming up on May 28th, which is about pelvic health. That is about preparing for birth by working on your pelvic floor before you conceive. So definitely save the date, May 28th. And again, any questions, drop them below. Thanks so much for joining Holistic Me TV, and have a great day. Bye for now.